What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Cardio talk. Here we go again. On the elliptical, 2 minutes down on a flat surface, 2 minutes climbing ever increasingly tall mountains at steeper grades. So right now I'm hitting 28 minute totals, so it's 7 rounds of 4 minutes per round, 2 flat, 2 incline, and I'm now hitting this style of cardio every other day in the midst of my summer shredded challenge. So in the beginning of March, I slowly started to implement additional cardio so I didn't have to drop calories. If you haven't yet, go back and watch the beginning cardio talk number 1, which was probably that first Monday in March, and walk through the series. There's actually, I think each week or each episode, I try and share with you more insight in real time in how to drop body fat, maintain muscle, increase performance while keeping calories relatively high. Our goal is not to drop calories, though we will create a caloric deficiency through exertion. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to mobilize stored fat in the most efficient manner possible while not reducing quality of life and performance. So it's good to see you guys. Now today I want to talk about, well, how much weight can you lose? How much weight can you expect to lose in 1 week? Well, think about where you are right now and think about where you're starting right now. Let's just start there. And let's take an honest assessment. How much weight do you truly have to lose to look the way you want to look? To feel the way you deserve to feel, to perform the way you would love to perform? How much weight do you really have to lose? Double it. That's real talk. True experience. Most people need to double the amount of weight they believe they have to lose to look a certain way and live a certain way. In my experience, a lot of people think, I probably need to lose about 20 pounds. Well, they really need to lose about 40 pounds to look the way they think they'll look if they lose 20 pounds. So, just keep that in mind. Now, how much weight is realistic to lose in 1 week? Well, it all depends on where you're starting on the journey. So let's say you're not doing anything right now. Let's say you started your winter slide, as I call it. You started eating a little bit more freely. You weren't really tracking anything. You were overindulging in certain sweets and treats. Activity went down. It got cold outside. It got darker earlier. And you weren't really doing all the things that, kept your weight in check last summer. And here we are in March. Summer's coming quick. And let's say you're 30 pounds overweight. That's a good one. About 30. I think that's close to the median that most people need to lose. So, week 1. Let's say you follow our 3 weeks to shredded program just so we have an avatar to discuss. Week 1, it's not uncommon for us to see people with weight loss in excess of 10 pounds during week 1. And a lot of times, the noobs of the internet will see someone post like, oh my God, I lost 10 pounds in the first week of 3 weeks to shredded. And the internet noobs will come on and be like, that's not fat. You didn't lose fat. There's no way that you can lose 10 pounds of fat in 7 days. And they'll freak out. Nobody said you lost 10 pounds of body fat. No, you might have lost 3 or 4 pounds of body fat. You also lost 3 or 4 pounds of subcutaneous water. You also lost a couple pounds of indirect water retention through systemic inflammation. And you probably lost a couple pounds from the impacted food matter stuck in your digestive system. Well, that's real. That's a real 10 pounds right there. Now, week 2, maybe in week 2, you lose 7 pounds because you're still losing that 3 to 4 pounds of body fat, but now maybe it's only 2 pounds or so of additional subcutaneous edema and another 1 to 2 pounds of systemic inflammation. That's reduced. Okay? And week 3, well, maybe you lose 5 pounds. So as we go through with 3 weeks to shredded, our anticipation is to lose 21 pounds in 21 days for those with the weight to lose. But now, let me clarify this. In the beginning of any lifestyle change, you will be losing at least equal amounts of inflammation and water, which is real weight. And if you adjust your lifestyle properly, that weight will never come back. Think about the people you know that walk around with the big puffy faces, big puff bags under their eyes. That's not body fat. That's inflammation. That's real, and they wake up with it every day. They go to bed with it every day. Doctors put patients on mild diuretics so they can drop a lot of this very same water, and some people will lose 20, 30, 40 pounds just because the doctors prescribed these very dangerous diuretics, and it's the doctor's determination that they're more at risk due to the high water inflammation than from the negative effects the diuretics will eventually have. So, when you start a diet program, a lifestyle change, we should say, you should expect the first couple weeks to be pretty darn dramatic with regards to weight loss. But now let's say you've gone through the 3 weeks to shredded program. You've done the full 4 weeks because we give you 1 bonus week. And then you transition into the 8-week Living Lean program. On that program, if targeted specific fat loss is your goal, we are anticipating a 1.5 to 3 pound average weight reduction. Now, you've already gone through 4 weeks and 3 weeks to shredded. You've dropped probably 12 to 16 pounds of pure body fat, and another, who knows, 8 to 12 pounds of systemic inflammation. Now, moving into Living Lean, we've dropped the water, we've dropped a good amount of body fat, and now Living Lean, we're constantly recompositioning the body. We're going to speak really just to body fat loss right now, because we can actually, all male and female, we can add lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, which is always the goal. You should never start a diet program without first planning to gain muscle. I'll talk about that next time's video, the next cardio talk. Gaining muscle while losing body fat. But as we're moving through now, this is the exact phase I'm in right now. I'm following the Living Lean program exactly as it's detailed. And, sorry about that. If I'm following the Living Lean program, my goal is to lose body fat only. Only body fat. During this phase, we can expect to lose about 1.5 to 3 pounds of pure body fat per week. That's the goal, and that's real. And let me tell you, 3 pounds of body fat is a lot. A lot. Body fat is not nearly as dense as muscle. Body fat takes up a heck of a lot more space than muscle. Just look down. Grab some of that jiggle, right? So when you're thinking about your program, you've gone through the acute weight loss phase, which is the beginning phase, which would be the 3 weeks to shredded phase in our system. You transition into the Living Lean program, which is a lifestyle plan. You can follow that 52 weeks out of the year and constantly lose body fat down to a certain set point. Now, our Living Lean program is designed for men to get down to about 12% body fat, which basically looks like Superman, right? Full abs, round pecs. You can see the clear delineation of the deltoid, the tricep, the bicep, nice good vein running through the biceps. You know, that's about 12%. Ladies, somewhere in the low 20s, because ladies accumulate body fat slightly differently and it's very healthy to do so. But again, what is the anticipated weight loss when you're really living the lifestyle? Not just the transitory phase, which is the first 4 weeks or so. And those of you who follow our content, we always say, first 4 weeks, well, that's the health and habit phase. We're improving our health by creating healthy habits. Once it now becomes a lifestyle, our goal is 1.5 to 3 pounds based upon how much body fat you have to lose, what your body mass is. Are you 6'6", 280 pounds? Or are you 5'6", 180 pounds? Or are you 5'1", 108 pounds? Well, there's variability, but it'll be standardized as a percentage of your total body mass. Back up, the inclines are getting steeper and steeper and steeper. It's like the last incline on this workout, it's like you're running straight up. Creepy wife keeps popping in. So you can actually see, and then again, I use the locomotion of my arms trying to drive that force through my core when I do these. Okay. Now, if you start to program, remember in the very beginning, we said, hey, maybe you have 30 pounds total to lose. Awesome. You go through 3 weeks to shredded. Let's say you lose 20 pounds in the first month on 3 weeks to shredded, which is a very attainable goal. You guys have seen hundreds of thousands of testimonials. Hundreds come through this channel, through these hour-long live chats that we do. On Q&A day, what have you, you're aware of it. 20 pounds in a month is pretty similar. What we would then say is on Living Lean, expect closer to half that. Expect in the next 4 weeks to lose about 10 pounds, which is about a 2.5 pound per week average. And the next 4 weeks after that, we'll expect to lose maybe 2 pounds. And the 4 weeks after that, expect to lose 1.5 pound week average, so about 6 pounds. And you can maintain that and cruise that until you get to your ideal body weight. Now, I put out a post on our Instagram page today that said, weight loss is not so much about diet and exercise as it is about patience and consistency. So if you have that 30 pounds to lose, well, it's going to take you a bit of time. It's going to take you 2-3 months. You should feel amazing the first day you start. You should see dramatic shifts on the scale the first week you start. Your performance should dramatically skyrocket in the first 2 weeks you've started. Your whole life should dramatically change. Within the first month, you should be getting compliments constantly. Confidence will go through the roof because now you know you're doing everything, but you will see constant progress, constant results on the scale, in the gym, in the mirror, in the closet when you put on your clothes. This is the goal, my friends. So, to close this loop, expectations. How much weight can you expect to lose? In the beginning, the first week or two, a lot. A lot. Anywhere between 5 to 10 pounds in the first week, for sure. Second week, probably anywhere between 5 to 8 pounds. Third week, 4 to 6 pounds. Fourth week, 3 to 4 pounds a week. Fifth week, well, now we're probably getting to that 2 to 3 pound average because we've gotten rid of the inflammation. We've overhauled the digestive system. We've started to really lock in the metabolism. Uh-oh. Back up the hill. You should call them a mountain, not a hill, because these things are steep. And that's the way it works. That's the way we plan it. So don't get discouraged if you lose 6 pounds in week 1 and 6 pounds in week 2 or 5 pounds in week 2 and 4 pounds in week 3 and 3 pounds in week 4 and 2 pounds in week 5. That's awesome. Because 2 pounds a week for 52 weeks, well, shoot, you'd disappear, right? That'd be 104 pounds in a year. You could only lose 2 pounds a week. Well, that's nothing. Now, if you could only lose 1 pound per week, that's still 52 pounds in a year. 26 pounds in half a year. If you started January 1st, January, February, March, April, May, June, by July 1st, only losing 1 pound per week, you'd be down 26 pounds, but really averaged out, we would assume closer to a 2 pound per week average. If you started January 1st, you'd be down 52 pounds by July 1st. To put it in perspective, patience and consistency. That is the key here. Trucking. So, I don't have a lot more. I mean, that's as straightforward as this can be. I don't know if I can answer questions because of the way the phone is set up here. Let me see. Long way to go. Aaron, right on. I did not watch The Last Kingdom. No. Brendan, thank you. Michael, I really like the hoodies you wear when doing cardio. What kind? I got a bunch of hoodies. I don't know. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these hoodies that I wear, all different brands. I like a certain style. You know, I like a big heavy hood, right? So it's kind of like Assassin's Creed. I like a big heavy hood because in the gym, I wear a baseball cap. So the cap keeps this kind of stuck out a little bit, where this can fall around my face. And I don't have to talk to people in the gym. Not to be antisocial, but man, I'm trying to get work in. When I go to a public gym, people always want, I love it. Please, after the workout, before the workout, after the workout, not in the beginning of the workout. During the workout, give me a high five, fist bump, boom, a quick what's up, yeah. But come on, don't tell me your life story while I'm like putting my belt on to do set 3 of 20 rep squats. Shit happens all the time. I had a guy stop me in the middle of my bag work to ask me, basically out on a date. You know, it's like, come on, man. I'm in the middle of a freaking round here. You know, it's just real talk. So I like these big, heavy, baggy hoodies. I'm that dude in the gym. I always wear heavy sweats in the gym, even in the summertime. Heavy sweats, heavy hoodie. Here doing cardio. I got shorts on right now. Brandy, sometimes I'll be in my dry fit boxers. So I say, There she is. She just popped in. I love those. I call her creepy wife in these moments. She always pops her head around the corner. Her office is adjoining the gym, so it's kind of on the same floor. So yeah, that's the answer to that. I like a certain type. I'll buy them wherever I can get them, least expensively as possible. Back up the mountain. Jesse, not justifying Colby's actions, but if you talk about people's kids and countries like that, you have to expect something to happen. Well, Jesse, I watched a lot of the build-up. I never saw Colby say anything bad about Jorge's kids. Maybe he did. I didn't see it. Now, Colby did talk about Jorge being a bad father, a deadbeat father. I don't know that that's true. But Jorge was sitting there. No, Colby was sitting there with the mother of Jorge's kids, and she was nodding in agreement. So I don't know. Does Jorge own or owe back child support? If that's the case, well, that's not talking about kids. That's not talking about kids. That's, in my opinion, that's defending the children. I'm not down for that. I didn't hear Colby say one bad thing about Jorge's kids. Now, I wouldn't talk the way Colby talks. Clearly, I wouldn't, and I don't. But the stuff Jorge said about Ben Askren and Ben Askren's family, well, I think that's on par, so it's just hypocrisy. Remember, these are entitled millionaires. These are millionaires. These are entitled little children that think they are better than you and I because they have hand-eye coordination. That's it. That's it. They're in many ways, without naming names, the majority of these fighters are garbage human beings. And the sport of fighting enhances their ego and turns them into even worse versions of themselves. That's my opinion. I see it all the time. I mean, shame on Connor also. What the fuck are you doing getting in the car drinking alcohol, dude? What are you doing? Getting into a car under the influence of alcohol so bad that a cop pulls you over for reckless, dangerous driving. Man, that shit pisses me off. That, in my opinion, should be mandatory jail time. You get caught with alcohol in your system behind a car, minimum 6 months in jail. There should be zero tolerance to that. What if a mom is walking down the street with a baby carriage? What if some hard-working dad is just driving, trying to get home to his family, and you got this drunk idiot in his fancy car thinking he's better than everyone and above the law, and he causes bodily harm? So I have no patience for a lot of these dudes. And remember, I know them all. I know them all. I know who they are behind the scenes. I know their families, their agents, their managers, the way they think, the way they talk, the way they live. 95% of them are full of shit. You would not let them into your home to have dinner with your family. And if you did, you'd be checking for your wallet. You'd see that they sent a dick pic to your wife. Most of these dudes, while you're sitting there feeding them dinner. You know, that's real talk from a sweaty dude on the elliptical first thing in the morning. I completely agree. My dad used to say, millions of dollars amplifies who the person really is underneath. Amen. That's the truth. Yes. My last sprint here. How high can I go? I wasn't really paying attention to the heart rate because I was talking to you guys the whole time. Let's see how high I can go. Push it, push it. I'm at 152 beats per minute right now. 154, it'll keep climbing. There's like a 5-second delay in the polar heart rate monitor that I'm wearing when it picks up on the machine. 163, here we go. The goal is always to get into the 70s, 170s, 165, 66, maybe into the 180s, hopefully. 168, 169, there we go. Pushing, pushing, pushing. All right, 178, 186. 176, all right. That sounded more right. I didn't think you'd make that big jump. 174, 170. Now it's like going down. My body's already adjusting. Push, push, push. 172. I'm getting more efficient, although I'm going faster and faster. It's like I can't break above 74, and my strides are going higher and higher. I'm gonna fall off this thing. And time. Let's see what I hit. 78. All right. Not bad, not bad. So I was able to peak out at about 178, although it briefly flashed 186. So I don't think that was true, because the median went 186, 176, 74, 72, 71, and it was the battle to get above 174. So I'm gonna have to find a way to make this harder for myself. Although next week I'm gonna increase the time one more round. So I'll be doing 8 4-minute rounds. Today I did 7 4-minute rounds. Remember, this is my interval sprints. I do these every other day right now. Just those deep breaths are huge for recovery. I was talking so much, I wasn't paying attention to my breathing. But you can see how easy my breathing has been most of the time having a full-blown conversation with you guys with my heart rate between 145 and 165 the entire workout. You know, at the end of my rest period, I get down into the 130s or so looking for that full 30 plus beat per minute reduction. But not so bad. So to loop back to the fat loss, and thank you guys for all the great questions. Remember, we will have Finance Fridays later on today, probably closer to 1 o'clock today here on this channel. Go check out the Mike Dolce Knows channel though. Lots and lots and lots of great videos. We just spoke with Chris Bell yesterday. We're gonna start dropping some short clips of conversation with Chris Bell, the documentarian of Bigger, Stronger, Faster, Prescription Thugs, multiple others. Great conversation with Chris. Went down into the rabbit hole about the carnivore diet, the bullshit marketing in the fitness world. Called out some names too. And you guys will enjoy that. So make sure you check out the Mike Dolce Knows channel. I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna hit a little bit of core because I feel good. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Boom.